Hello there. In this video, I'm going to talk about the three main English proficiency exams, IELTS, TOEFL, and PTE, which are the exams that international students usually are looking for when they are applying for universities in Australia. So usually students come to the hub and ask me the same question. Tatiana, which exam is the easiest? So if you want to know, stick with me and let's talk about it, okay? Most of international students of you guys know already that these exams will assess your four skills, right? So the speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So depending on your own personality, your abilities, you're gonna find maybe writing more difficult than speaking and so forth. So that's why it's very important for you. First, know the exams very well. Second, understand which skill or skills you are best and the ones you need to improve and work on that. But now I'm going to share with you some main aspects of these three exams, especially regarding these four skills. So I'm going to talking about each one of these skills and how each of these exams will work on them or will assess them. I'm going to be focusing on the academic exams since most of you guys are looking at entering a university or looking for a scholarship and so forth. I'm going to start with the speaking skill. So, of course, they are going to check your pronunciation in all of these exams, vocabulary and grammar as well. So, for IELTS Academic, you're going to have 5 tasks. This speaking skill will be assessed in around 11 to 14 minutes, and you're going to have someone in front of you, an examiner, who is going to be asking you these questions. So the first point is general questions about yourself. So they are going to be asking you some questions like a small talk, and you're going to be answering them, like where you're from, what you do, and stuff like that. The second task will be a 2-minute speech. So they're going to give you some topic and you're going to prepare yourself and talk about this in a 2-minute monologue. So for example, they might be asking you, what is the book, the last book you have read, the most recent book you have read, and describe this book to us. And then you're going to have 2 minutes to talk about this book, describe the book, what you read, the topics, and so forth. And the third task in this exam, they will discuss a more complex topic related to the previous answer you gave. So, for example, if you talked about the book you have read recently, they might be asking you, for example, so what do you think, how can we help children and adolescents read more? And then you have to talk about this. This is the chance for you to use a more complex vocabulary, the best grammar you can use, because this is going to count many points as well. Okay, so this is for IELTS, and now I'm going to talk a little about TOEFL. TOEFL has 4 tasks in 20 minutes, so you have 20 minutes to answer these questions. You're going to be talking to the computer on a microphone. There's not going to be anyone asking you these questions. You're going to listen to the questions and speak your answer, right? So there are 2 independent speaking tasks. So they are independent because you're going to be talking about your own ideas. You're going to say if you agree or disagree about something, give your own reasons to support your ideas, and so forth. And the other kind of tasks is integrated speaking tasks. There are 4 of them on TOEFL, and they require you to combine some English skills. For example, you're going to listen to an audio plus read a text, and then you're going to be speaking about these topics you have listened and read before, right? This is for TOEFL. Let's go ahead with PTE. So PTE has 5 tasks. The first one, read aloud. So you're going to read some text aloud and try to make sure you be as close, your pronunciation, your intonation is as close as a native speaker. This will count a lot. And you're going to be speaking to the computer as well. Second task, repeat sentence. So you're gonna just repeat the same sentence. Again, the best intonation you can use, the best accent will count points for you. 3, describe image. So you're gonna see an image and you're gonna describe it. It could be a graph, a map, a chart, and you're gonna be describing this. This is more complex. For me specifically, this is one of the most complex tasks in the whole exam. 4, retell lecture. So you're gonna listen to a lecture and then you have to retell what you have heard. So you have to remember what has been told, understand about it, and then you're gonna talk exactly what you have heard. And the last one, the 5th one, answer short question. So this task, you just give a short answer, 1 or 2 words to answer what they are asking you. So this is the last one for PTE. And now we are going to the second skill, which is listening. So for IELTS Academic, you're going to have 30 minutes to do the listening tasks. So you're going to have 4 recordings and you're going to be answering 40 questions. For example, one of the recordings could be a conversation between over the phone between a business and a client who has bought a product and is not happy with it, and they are discussing about it. And you're going to listen to this conversation and then answer the questions that could be multiple choice, short answer, and so forth. For TOEFL, you're going to have 41 to 57 minutes to answer these questions. And this will depend on the level of the audio you're going to be listening to. So if this audio is more difficult, they are going to give you less questions. And if it's easier, then they're going to give you more questions. So this is what's going to make your exam have between 41 and 57 minutes. So you're going to listen to 4 recordings and answer between 28 and 39 questions. For PTE, you're going to listen to audio and video clips, and you're going to answer a series of questions. You may be need to write from a dictation, for example, summarize a spoken text, or have a multiple choice activity to answer. And the interesting thing about PTE is that these skills, they are sort of mixed throughout the whole exam. You don't have like specific time for listening only and then writing only and speaking only and so forth, because they are really mixed. And if you have never done any practice on PTE, if you have done only IELTS, for example, you need to really do a mock test and practice more to understand it, right? Let's go ahead for reading. So for IELTS, you're going to have 40 questions, and your reading exam is going to take 60 minutes. In this task, you're going to have to answer all kinds of questions. For example, multiple choice regarding something you've read, matching true or false, complete the sentence, and so forth. So there are different kinds of topics, different kinds of texts, and you're gonna need to answer these texts throughout these 60 minutes. TOEFL, you have 30 to 40 questions to answer during 54 to 72 minutes. So there will be three to four passages with around 10 questions each. So a lot of questions, you need a lot of time management for that. Need to practice well before, right? Most passages are really related to North American context. So it's really good to, read and prepare yourself better if you are used to Australia, culture and topics or accent, and you're gonna do TOEFL. So you need to prepare about this as well. For PTE, you're gonna have 2 sections of 32 to 41 minutes total. So you have an integrated reading and writing. So you read and write, and you're gonna be assessed for these 2 skills. And you might have multiple choice, single answer, multiple choice, multiple answers, reorder paragraphs, fill in the blanks, and so forth. So there are different kinds of ways you are going to be answering these questions, and you need to be familiarized with all these kinds so you have no surprises, right? Let's go ahead. Last one, writing. So students really struggle with the writing tasks. They usually say it's the most difficult. Usually for most of the students, the writing one is one of the most difficult tasks to do. So be aware that you need to practice even more to get the mark you're looking for, right? So they're going to assess you on your vocabulary. So make sure you work to develop a good vocabulary. Don't use the same words all the time. Grammar, so they're going to assess you on the rules if you follow the rules. Structure, punctuation. For the essay, for example, the structure of the essay, there is a very well organized way of doing an essay. An introduction, how you do it. If you know how to do it, great. If you don't know, you need to study a lot and practice. How you're gonna conclude and finalize your essay, how you're gonna give your point, your argument during the whole essay. So these things you need to study and practice well before, right? So in writing, IELTS, you have 2 tasks. The first one, you're going to describe an image. So you're going to see an image. It might be a chart, a map, a graph, a table, and you're going to describe it. There are many techniques to do that, and you need to know and need to study that, right? Task 2, an essay with at least 250 words. So this is very, very important that you practice writing a 250-word essay many times, okay? You're gonna be talking about your opinion, maybe the advantage or disadvantage of something, or a cause and effect thing you need to talk about. There are many different ways or requests that they're gonna have, and you need to practice different ones. For TOEFL, you have the integrated writing task. So you're gonna read a text, listen to some audio, and then you're gonna write about up to 225 words. And then you have the independent writing, which is an essay with 300 or more words that you're gonna give your opinion and personal experience about a topic. And for PTE, you're gonna have summarized written text. You're gonna write 1 sentence only, summarizing something, a text you have read before. Second one, an essay. You're gonna defend your position, use a lot of reasoning, argument to defend your opinion, and so forth. Summary of spoken text. So you're gonna listen to a lecture and write a summary of what you have listened. And there will be like fill in the blanks, um, questions and answers, dictation as well. And as I told you before, they are mixed, like the skills are mixed. You might listen to an audio and need to write about it, or, for example, summarize it or speak about it at the same time, like one after the other, of course. And that's it. So these are the 4 skills and how each exam will assess you on these skills. Of course, this is really summarized. I strongly recommend that you look up